Why does everyone who visits Belize love this country so much? I mean, Belize is best known for its barrier reef, which is the second largest in the world. And in fact, its crystal clear blue waters are what first caught my attention back in 2021 and have made me eager to visit ever since. But so many Caribbean countries have gorgeous beaches. What then separates Belize from the rest?
Welcome to Belize. Welcome to Caye Caulker.
Welcome to Hopkins.
What sets it apart? Over the next 9 days, we explore as much of Belize as possible, finally crossing it off my travel dream list.
It's gonna be such a good time.
After 3 years.
Everything's just been beautiful.
Follow along as I learn why everyone who visits this country instantly falls in love, and watch as I myself fall in love with this place.
What a perfect morning. This is gonna be the first full day in Belize, and I'm already planning my next trip.
Starting in Hopkins, we get a taste of Garifuna culture and start exploring the Belizean tropical forest. From there, we make our way to Caye district, stopping at gorgeous hidden gems along the way. Stopping then at St. Ignacio to visit even more of Belize's beauty. We then travel to Caye Caulker, where I take a tiny plane for the first time ever to start a 3-day overnight sailing adventure, wrapping up our trip in Dangriga.
Good morning. I was excited for my first full night of sleep in a few days, but I just couldn't. I don't know, my body woke me up at 5 and I just couldn't resist. Welcome to Hopkins, Belize.
Our adventure begins with a Garifuna cultural and culinary experience at Palmetto Grove. Belize has the third largest Garifuna population in the world, making up about 4 to 6% of the Belizean population.
Alright guys, well, let's get to the other side then.
As we later learned from our guide Wasani, Garifuna communities are largely concentrated in coastal towns like Dangriga or Hopkins.
Hi, buddy.
That is COVID number 4.
This experience exists and is possible due to Wasani's mother, who decided to start on this dream to help preserve the Garifuna culture.
This is her dream that she started way back from when I was like 9 years old. And she quit her job at the bank because it didn't allow her to speak Garifuna.
We learned so much and were able to visit their cultural center as well as their herbal garden, where we got to learn about the benefits of so many plants.
Here, this is a tree of life plant. Usually, like for some of us, we dip it in some salt and we just pour it. It's a little bit sour.
You can eat it?
Yeah, it's a little bit sour. Energy, especially for the females. And it's a favorite of midwives. It's a favorite of the midwives too.
Oh.
Yeah.
Did you swallow it?
Yeah. Almost like a plum.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is almost like a green plum.
Next, we moved to the kitchen, where we learned how to make my new obsession, fried jacks, along with the rest of breakfast.
We usually like them to get a little bit fluffy. The trick is to play with it. Yeah, bladed beans.
This was my absolute favorite part. The food, but also the company, sitting down to eat together. This was actually us going back for a second. The patriarch of the family, Wasani's grandpa, sat down with us. It was the most enriching conversation.
Garifuna!
Alright man, you ready?
That was a blast. Now time for the next adventure.
We are on our way to Bocawina. So we just took the turn into the road that leads you there. It's a 15-minute drive from here. This is the road where a 4-wheel drive would be actually helpful because the road is a little bit less paved.
But besides the road getting narrow at times, we made it just fine.
It's $5 USD per person to get in, or $10 Belizean per person. And there are, I believe, 9 waterfalls to choose from here. The one we're doing today is the toughest one, but also one of the most visited, #1 rated. Never duplicated. Just kidding. But I've heard that it's just tough enough for whatever your level of activity is.
This is a Mayan temple here. These are Mayan temples that have not been excavated. To your right hand side, you'll see the trail for Antelope.
We're in the middle of a Belizean jungle. I hope we see a leopard or a jag.
Or some monkeys. never seen wild monkeys. It's so steep. This says we are 26 minutes in. We're going down.
Cheers. So sweaty.
It's a lot more climbing than I thought, but it's fun. If you like hiking, this is fun.
It's that good climbing.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to use your hands except for the ropes.
Ton of other pools you can explore. You could keep going up more if you like. The water's a little cold, so after the hike, it's probably better to just like go straight in. I was planning to do 2 or 3 more hikes. I don't think that's gonna happen. I am so exhausted and I just want to massage and relax. Today's been a long day. It's too heavy.
Over a Mayan temple. These bananas are spiritual. What?
The noise. A lot of movies start with people taking something they're not supposed to from somewhere sacred, and then stuff starts to happen. The Mummy.
This is not a movie, but if it was a movie, I'm with it. Ah!
Listen, bananas, I had nothing to do with it. Nothing. I want no smoke. One rum punch in.
I didn't drink any water or had eaten any food, and we went straight for rum punch.
Today's our last day in Hopkins. We're gonna be driving to San Ignacio. Hopkins has been so lovely. I feel like we packed a lot in 2.5 days. Not even 2 days, I would say.
Before we start making our way to San Ignacio, there was one last thing I wanted to check off my list for Hopkins. This is something I was hoping to do yesterday, but because I tend to pack my itinerary so much, there's a lot of things I don't get to do. So this morning I'm venturing out solo for this final taste of Hopkins.
First of all, you have the day beds down here. Multiple spots to jump off of. This is the lowest down here. There's also a rope swing. And apparently locals come and hang out here too. So I think that's pretty cool. That was fun. I want to do the rope again, but I don't know how to bring the rope back. Jaguar Reef was really cool. It was so nice, so peaceful. Ooh, if you have time, you should definitely come. Also, it's very, very safe here. And then we're gonna go check out the cenote. I'm so excited. It looks so pretty. We've been really lucky at having things to ourselves. I hope this is another instance of that. Ooh. Alright, I'm gonna put this away so I can get home safe. Bye.
This morning, we're driving a little over 2 hours to San Ignacio to explore the Caye district. To make this drive a little bit more fun, we've decided to add a few stops along the way. For our first stop, a $4 entry fee per person and a 5-minute walk got us into so cool to have this place mostly to ourselves. Our ticket also gave us admission into the St. Herman's cave, so of course we had to take advantage of that.
This is true darkness.
Looks like a scary movie.
They said if you get lost in the cave, you know what kills people the quickest?
What?
The silence.
Oh my god.
It's literally massive.
We made it as far as we could without an approved guide, which is about 163 meters. Even though the temperature that day was about 90 degrees, inside the cave felt kind of chilly. The air felt so pure and crisp. We decided to shut off all the lights at one point and no one moved. The silence and darkness we experienced was incredible.
Good morning. We are in San Ignacio. We arrived last night and we are deep in the jungle. I'm just kidding. It looks like it though. It looks like we're deep in the jungle.
We started the day with a nice breakfast at the resort, then headed to Mountain Pine Ridge Forest Reserve to check out Big Rock Falls.
We were gonna wear hiking boots, but we've seen a few locals with chanclas, flip-flops. Another group, same thing. So I think we're just gonna go in our flip-flops. We'll see if this is a bad idea.
That's hilarious.
Some people were saying 45. I don't know, maybe there's a different entrance that takes 45, but this was 0.1 mile. So pretty. Thank you so much.
What?
They're so nice. What a perfect morning.
A 15-minute drive away was our next stop, Rio on Pools. This is definitely one of the most unique places that I've seen so far. So many interconnected pools, natural water slides. Even though there were others there, most of the time it felt like we had this to ourselves.
Good morning. I am off to one of the ruins since we didn't have time to go yesterday. So yesterday I woke up with a couple of bumps on my hands. And I was worried that they might be bug bites, like bed bug bites.
I really think it's bugs at night that's biting us.
Because they were like really tiny and like seemed to be like in a pattern. So weird. Good morning. But I was thinking we don't have any clothes on the bed or anything like that, so we'll just check the bed like when we get back. Because what are we gonna do? We already slept in it. All our stuff is in the room. But as the day progressed, my hands started to hurt and I got bumps all over and it got worse. It kept getting worse and worse. And it was red and I was thinking, is this like a hand sunburn? Like what the heck? They were all over my face last night. So when we looked it up, we found out that it was likely dermatitis. And I was trying to think, like, my boyfriend doesn't have it. What could I possibly get it from? But I think it's from this. When we got off the plane, we bought this, and it says for sensitive skin. I don't understand. I think it effed me up because my entire face, like, it's on my eyelids, it's on my face. Like, I would rather get eaten by mosquitoes at this point because these hurt. Dosed myself in like cold presses yesterday, and yeah, I think it helped a lot, at least on my face. I'm thankful that it's not worse. We put these in the freezer and I think it's helping a lot. I haven't driven this whole trip and I just drove into the parking lot. But anyway, I'll see you when we get to Cahal, Pech. So if you want this place to yourself, today is Thursday and it's around 7. No one's here. These stairs are steep. This was 5 USD to get in, 10 Belizean. For non-Belizean folk. And if you want to have this to yourself, it's still practically empty. I'm about to leave. It's almost 9. This is definitely up there for me. I've never been to one that's so intricate with so many alleyways and rooms, and you know, I've just never been to any like this. Comment your favorite ruins you've ever been to. If you've ever been to Belize, which is your favorite? There's so many here. This might be the only one that I have time to visit, but I'm excited to come back and see more another time. Airport. We're gonna catch the jumper plane to Caye Caulker. This is our first time taking the jumper, and this is my first time ever taking a small plane, so. I got drugs. Let's go.
Yeah. Passengers welcome aboard Mount Airplane 2303 with service direct to Caye Caulker. It's going to be a 30-minute flight after departure. Sit back, relax, enjoy the flight. Thank you for choosing us.
How many of these do you do a day?
Today it's only been 16 so far.
16?
Yeah.
You said only?
Only, yeah.
So welcome to Caye Caulker, bro. Yo, we love the tourists. You
you guys coming over, you know, bring some income to the country, you know, create more jobs to bring that income to Belize.
Where's your bananas?
I know. Finish this.
But this side where I'm telling you is the Jaguar Reef.
Yeah.
There you could see the stingrays, the seahorse, and the sunset. That was my first place when I came.
What's your name?
Araceli.
Thank
That
you.
money.
Yeah.
We are in Caye Caulker. Smells like the beach everywhere. We just finished orientation for our sailing trip. I'm really excited. It's an interesting group of people. Varying ages, varying styles. We just had to pay a deposit and tomorrow we're off at 9 a.m. We're gonna sail. I've never been on a sailing trip before and this is an overnight sailing trip. I'm excited to see how it goes. I was hoping to do a food tour for y'all for the vlog, but I don't think I got it in me, y'all. I'm so tired. I think what I'm gonna do is create a guide of places that I wanted to visit that maybe I didn't get to or something like that. Stay tuned for that. It'll probably be in this description. We're gonna go grab dinner and just enjoy. I don't think I'm gonna get into the water in Caye Caulker. We're gonna be on a boat for 3 days and we're gonna be in and out of the water the whole time, and I need to give my body time to heal a little bit, you know, from the stupid bug spray reaction. It's everywhere. It's all over my feet, my hands. My face is a little better. I will see y'all when we step outside.
We walked over to Jaguar Reef where we enjoyed the sunset with all these beautiful strangers.
The big buddy again.
And wrapped up the night with the best ceviche I've ever had at the Pelican Sunset Bar.
I love conch and I haven't had conch in forever. The last time I had it was someplace in the Caribbean. So we did ceviche with conch and octopus, and it comes with chips. This is so good. I need my rum punch. We are about to board the Raga Phoenix. This is my first ever sailing trip. That's yours too, right? It's our first ever sailing trip, and it's 3 days and 2 nights. I think they're talking to us, so we gotta go.
For the next 3 days, we'll be sailing south to Dangriga, where on the way we get to sleep on 2 private islands.
Again, can I get a whoop whoop? Like right over here, guys. Where is the orange line? I don't know who tent was that. You are lucky. Okay. Oh, it's all right, baby. Yes. What you got?
We just arrived, Rendezvous Island. This is where we're camping out the first night. This is our tent. The sunrise hopefully tomorrow. And right now we have a pretty cool sunset going in the back.
Here doing it. That's great.
Don't look too bad.
While we had Rendezvous Caye completely to ourselves, we decided to try snorkeling before taking off. Unfortunately, visibility was pretty bad, but you're not gonna hear me complaining because the water felt amazing. Not too long after, we were able to check out a second snorkeling spot where visibility was a little bit better. Captain Shane was also able to catch us dinner for tonight. Then we set sail for our second overnight stop at Tobacco Caye.
We are in Tobacco Caye. This is our second overnight stop on the sailing trip. So far the trip is going really cool. The crew is the best. Our group is the best. We've seen really cool fish and crab and an eel. Some people saw a manatee, but I wasn't fast enough to go see. But I'm just so grateful.
Just because for the past 2 days, the guys were going second, all right? Tonight, you guys go second again.
We ended this incredible day with a beautiful dinner, which includes
Fish cut to the day that Mr. Shane Shaw. Green salad, red jack, small little snapper.
Good morning from Tobacco Caye. I've been walking around this morning exploring a little bit. It seems like people live here, but so far this is a vibe. Last night we had this beautiful dinner. That's my favorite meal so far. Captain Shane caught a fish, or 2 giant fish, that we cooked up by wianing them. They grilled it. Chef Linton, Chef Matt, Captain Shane, and Captain Ish cooked our food. It was so good. I love the grilling style. They've been keeping us fed for sure. Can't complain about that at all. It's been a vibe. It's been a vibe. Everyone's really cool. Everyone's really chill. Raga sailing, essentially, it's really like an all-inclusive trip. So we bought our own booze, we have our own drinks, we have our own food. Anyway, this is Tobacco Caye. Today we set sail the last day to go find some manatees, or try to find some manatees. We have last snorkel, and we're staying in Dangriga tonight. And we have to fly out tomorrow. This has been so good. And it's been nice to step back, you know. As you saw, the first few days of this trip we were on the go, non-stop, so tired all the time. And now we actually have time to just chill out, step back, enjoy the water, enjoy beautiful Belize. Oh, update on my dermatitis. My lips are still messed up. My hands, I'm not really seeing a big change, except that it's not as itchy, but I've been keeping it moisturized. Hopefully it goes away in a couple of, I was gonna say weeks, but really I want it to go away now. I'm just glad it's not anything more severe. All from bug spray. Alright, I think breakfast will be ready soon, so let's go. A lot of these little islands run off of rainwater, and it hasn't really been raining here, so they have to be very, very mindful of that. Taking a real shower last night was good because now I can apply some of my skincare, which have some healing components to them, like green tea, kombucha. I'm sure when I can get back to that routine, I can do more to make this go away, because honestly, it's annoying because it's just so itchy at times. Like my feet, I had to ice them a lot last night so they could calm the F down. But anyway, it's got a long way. And then I'm gonna grab breakfast and a tea.
Before our final snorkel, we stopped at the Manatee Reserve hoping to spot at least one manatee. Since this is a protected area and because of conservation efforts, we're not allowed to snorkel with them. But fingers crossed we see something cool.
Guys, right here coming up, right here coming up, right here coming up. Right here coming up, right here coming up, right here coming up. Yes!
was a mermaid.
For 100 years and more, just like turtle. And weigh up to over 1,500 pounds. And the heaviest one was record, guys. 1,500 pounds. Rawr. No more using all that kind of pencil.
For our final stop, our captains kicked off our final snorkel in style.
We are off the Raga Phoenix for the last time. We are the first crew to take this baby out. This was such a fun trip. We're gonna go have lunch, then we're off to Dangriga.
Enjoy your last lunch with us.
Thank you. Will you come to the US and cook for us?
I will. On behalf of myself, Captain Shane, Miss Kaz, Max, Linton, Malik, and Freddie, we say this every time. You guys are the best group, but today we mean it. You guys are really great, really good people, really great group.
Getting our stuff off the boat. Order taxi to Dangriga, and we're gonna spend the night there before our flight tomorrow.
Who forgot their banana on the boat?
Binafi from Dangriga, that is welcome in Garifuna. That's also our Wi-Fi password, that's the only reason I know it. I am trying to book our flights for tomorrow from Dangriga to Belize City, where we're gonna be flying back to New York. Also got a proper shower today, which felt really nice after having, like, you know, camp style, camp vibes on the sailing trip for 3 days and 2 nights. That was rewarding in its own way. I think we lucked out with the crew and the group. It was so much fun. Yeah, I don't want to go home. I mean, sometimes you feel it when you travel and sometimes you don't. I don't know, and this time I'm really, really feeling it. This trip hasn't felt like vacation, it's felt like a second home. Even though I've never been here before, everything's just been beautiful. Yeah, and I can't wait to come back and see more of Belize. There's so much more to see. One thing I love about Hopkins, and I want to say Caye Caulker, but I barely got to see it, so keep that in mind. And now Dangriga is these resorts, they allow locals to come in and use the beach. I feel like a lot of countries, they tend to block access to locals, which is very, very disheartening. So here, a resort, there were plenty of locals when we came in that were on the pier jumping in the water, and I think that that's such a beautiful thing to see. I love that, and I hope that never changes about Belize. I think it makes it so much more authentic and beautiful and welcoming. I don't want to visit places where I feel like I'm taking space away from the people who live here. You You know, they deserve to enjoy their own country as much as we do. So that's a plus for Dangriga and Hopkins, and maybe Caye Caulker. Anyway, fingers crossed my dermatitis goes away. My name is Berenice. Thank you for your support. Thank you for watching this video. I'll see you in the next vlog.